Okay. Well, maybe we're live now. It says I'm streaming.
Yeah, you can go ahead and write. I'm trying to figure out why this thing is acting stupid.
All right, well, I'm going to assume this is working now. Hello, everyone. Ray's trying to work out his technical difficulties, so we'll switch over to him in a little bit once he figures stuff out. Is it actually working?
Yeah, but then I need to hit refresh on this.
Yeah. For what? Yeah, I think it's working. Sorry, we've got like 4 computers and we're trying to figure out stuff. I saw myself for a minute when it first came on.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're professional broadcasters here at Furious Interactive. We really know what we're doing. So I thought I'd show everyone my awesome merchandise shirt too. So this is our We Slay Monsters limited edition T-shirt. It's pretty cool, right? We gave those out at a convention we went to, the Screw Attack Gaming Convention last year. All right. So what was I working on? Let me get back to work here. Oh yeah, I had to tweet that we were live. Okay, so I've been working on the new character sheet for both the monsters and the hero. I think I'm actually about done. So let's see what that looks like and see where we were.
There it is. With the edit scene button.
Sounds like Ray figured it out. So there's the.
I haven't figured it out completely yet. I need to just find the watermark. There's the watermark. It was hiding.
All right, so new character sheets look pretty good. We've got new character sheet for the hero with mouse overs for all the equipment, which cleans up this area quite a bit. And then new mouse overs for the monsters, which show kind of their attributes, their abilities, things that make them unique. So it compacts a lot of information. All the information was there before, it just makes it look better. Plus we've got new large versions of all of the art, which is great because we've got great looking art and it was always too small, so now you've got a large character portrait for both monsters and heroes. So I think I'm going to call that done and move on to something else. All right, so I'm going to call that one done. For those of you that haven't seen it before, we use Trello to track all of our work items, things we need to do for the game. Trello is awesome. If you're a developer of any sort, I would highly recommend Trello. It's great for keeping track of all the things you've got to get done, and as you can see, you can attach images and videos and all kinds of other cool stuff. So what else should I work on? All right, I was going to fix the names of the equipment. Where is that one? There it is. So basically, equipment has different levels, and it depends on how many enhancements the item has as to what level it is. Everyone starts off with a level 0 sword and or weapon and offhand item, depending on whatever they are. They're different for each class. But we've got this, it's a little weird because the starting equipment has a name like, yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name Warrior. You'll see where it's weird here. So Warrior starts off, their starting equipment is a rusty sword and a shoddy shield, but then it also gets this adjective added on, so it's a crude rusty sword and a crude shoddy shield. So I'm just going to change all these to just be to match for all of the classes. Oh, this guy doesn't even have it. Clerics aren't even implemented in the game, so I'll just leave that for later. Okay, so I think that will... Let me clean that up while I'm there. That should fix the weird descriptions. Welcome, Tomin Sive? I have to read stuff over there and my vision's not so good. Tomin Sive.
Live. Tomin's live.
Tom is live?
Tom.
Tomin, whatever. I'm just going to stop now. I probably already butchered it extremely. Oh, right. I'm going to need to start a new game to see that stuff.
I found it. I wasn't adding Rescue Dungeon Manager to resettle this.
Ah. So like if you quit and then restart and quit and restart, it was never getting reset. So it was kind of what you said. So now he's got a crude shield and a crude sword, which is what I wanted. Okay, good. I like things that are easy to fix. All right, so another thing we have to do is figure out once and for all what the cards are going to do for rogues. So I decided to change one of the cards. I got rid of I can't remember what I got rid of. Oh, I got rid of Kick and changed it to Trap. That's what I did, because I couldn't think. Because Kick was just never that interesting. So now Rogue has a trap that he throws, like we talked about, like the bear trap, and that's a card now instead of an ability. So I'm going to get rid of this stuff I had related to Kick. All right, so what should Super Trap do? So the two things we have to figure out that we haven't yet figured out are, I guess that's the only thing we haven't figured out. So you throw a trap, and it stops the monster in place. So what should Super Trap do? Yeah, we figured out the exploding decoy. It actually worked out really well. And that was your idea too, so we're pretty happy with it. And hopefully there's only a couple more things to do and then we'll be done with Rogue cards, so we might be able to get the Rogue out. Well, we're not going to do this update. We're not going to release this update until the Rogue's done, but hopefully we'll be able to get the Rogue done, maybe even today, and then get this update out today or tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. So what should Super Trap do? Super trap. What do you think, Ray? So you've got a
super cat,
super trap,
super trap.
like a bear trap. So
Chop off their leg, immobilize them. They can't move.
that's what the regular trap does. So what does super trap do?
It's a black hole of traps. It makes other monsters not be able to move near it.
Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm trying to figure out. A pit would be hard though, because then would have to change the way the dungeon. Like you'd have to put a pit in the dungeon, I guess. And what we're trying to do is make the cards be like different enough from all of the other characters' abilities. So that's one of the reasons that Kick wasn't really being any different than what the other characters had. Because before we got rid of it, Kick just basically stunned the monster. Right, so to finish up the rogues, we need to figure out what the trap's going to do, and we need a snake monster, Ray.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
But I guess it could just be like a bunch of traps. Like you could just spread, like Super Trap could just throw a bunch of traps.
That doesn't sound very exciting. We got 3 trap cards. You play them, you would expect something amazing to happen.
You would. Yeah, we could do bleed. That's not a bad idea. It's something I was thinking about. We have other stuff that does bleed, which doesn't mean we couldn't do it. I mean, it's just an interesting combination of things. Like this is so far the first ability that immobilizes.
Super trap removes their head.
Do you want to make headless versions of all the monsters?
Head versions that can't move.
No.
Nick is saying no.
Headless chicken monsters, the source of many, many bugs.
Yeah, bleed definitely could make sense. It's almost like bleed should be something it does for even the basic thing, right? Because you're stuck in a bear trap with claws. But I don't know if we want to add a bleed effect also. It might be too powerful. This is what we spend our time doing and figuring out what our cards should do. This is how the sausage is made here at Furiously Inactive Games.
Don't give away our secrets.
This is trade secrets. Everyone that's watching this has to sign an NDA. You cannot talk about how awesome our game development and game design practices are. Okay, well,
Golden trap.
I thought I liked black hole traps. What's wrong with black hole traps? It's kind of like your multiple trap one. Well, I mean, all right. So you got like what is bigger than a bear trap? A bigger than a bear trap is a pit trap, right? So that would capture a lot more animals. So I guess we can just make it a really big trap that covers maybe four squares instead of just one. 4 squares instead of just one.
What about like the old Mousetrap board game? It like builds this ridiculous thing all the way around all the monsters, and like
that sounds like a lot of work.
Goldberg machine trap.
Yeah, that's another trade secret. We don't like
Yeah. Well, we like working. We just want to finish the game at some point in our lives. Yeah, maybe. I'm just trying to. We like the super attack stuff. Yeah, those are all good ideas. It just doesn't. It seems like it's not awesome enough. Well, I probably shouldn't just sit here. You don't want to watch me struggle over this, so I'll just work on something else until we think about this. But think about it. Think about awesome trap things.
You could do a negative of all the creatures.
Negative all.
Once
He just
they're
wants to
trapped.
do. He just wants to do.
More monsters.
No, you're talking about for the black hole.
Well, I was thinking like, no, it's ridiculous anyway. But my idea was that you're capturing them by a bear trap, I guess, for the weak one. So the stronger one would be capture them so much that they become your ally.
Well, that's the cleric
It's like
does that.
charm, yeah.
So we already have things that turn people into allies. Well, I mean, we haven't yet.
Right? Super trap
Yeah.
should be a Pokeball.
I forget what the term of it when the victim empathizes with the terror that has held them captive.
That we might get sued.
You think you might get sued? You throw a giant Pokeball, he captures it, and then you add it to your collection of monsters.
Yes, because that's what I want. Is Nintendo's doing this? Is it Nintendo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nick suggested we make it like Pokemon. That's not bad. That's interesting. Yeah. So what if it's it's like a trap monster? So it's like an animate, like it's like a. Yeah, is that too much like Snake though?
So Snake comes out and starts fighting, right? So maybe we can make this different by like the trap monster maybe grabs a monster and it drags him with them somewhere.
That'd be fun. It doesn't really injure them very much, but it drags them away.
Right, so it's like snapping. It grabs the monster and pulls it with it to another place. And maybe it can pull more than one monster.
That's good. I like it. Of all the ideas, I think that's.
And then it also,
Getting
the
closer.
monster was like a black hole.
You like that black hole?
I'm just kidding. I don't really care.
Maybe we should save it for the cleric. We still need more stuff for the cleric.
Yeah, just one thing at a time. I do like the idea of like a. So we'd have to make like a monster that was like a big, like a trap that was alive, like a bear trap with eyes.
That's all you need. Just put eyes on it. Done.
Yeah, I like that idea too. About the super trap. The problem is we don't want to have any of the cards like sort of do an insta death because that's way overpowered. Like if you just happen to have if you happen to get those cards, then you can kill the boss with just playing that one combo. So we've tried to avoid any particular combo that is an insta kill. Sorry, let me close all this other crap. All right, well, these are all great ideas though. So I'll just do something else. What shall I do? I want to finish the rogue.
What's left besides Super Trap?
the super effect for trap, the snake monster that spawns. We actually need a monster, and then the animations for the snake and trap. Like I haven't done any animations for those two yet.
Oh.
What I want to do for like, and I created a thing for Ray to do like an animated graphic of a trap closing, combined with like some particle effects. So that one will be. I mean, it just requires Ray. It's easy because Ray just has to do work.
That would be very easy. It's just like two objects and then just animate them. So that'd be fine.
So what should the animation for the snakes be? Just a snake flying through the air?
Slithering.
Well, but the rogue is throwing the snake, I think, or is it slithering along? It's a ranged attack, so
I think the super one should slither, and then the thrown ones should look like spears, except as snakes. But when they hit, they scrunch up. I guess. You know, kind of
that's funny.
like a cartoon of a snake running into a wall. I don't know.
You hearing all this, Ray? So when you throw the snake, it's like a spear, but it looks like a snake that has a mouth, and then like a rat rattles on the tail,
Mm-hmm.
and then it hits and it crunches up like an accordion. Easy, right?
Yep. An accordion snake, no problem.
So it's like a it's got a mouth, and then when it hits the monster, it just scrunches up like it hit a wall, and then it does damage and poison.
That would be easy. I thought you were wearing the snake as a monster. Though.
That too. That's the super snake.
Okay.
So there's the regular snake attack where the rogue throws a snake. The super one is it like summons a giant snake to fight for you, or it pulls a giant snake out of its snake bag.
Infinite snake.
I'm doing so much.
Bag of snakes.
I'm doing so much animation at my day job. It won't be a problem anymore to do it.
That's actually pretty funny. You said a snake with airplane wings. Like have the little snake have little wings on it.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
that'd be cool.
Those are actually real. Or are those lizards I'm thinking of?
There is a lizard with, like, wings and stuff, right? Flying lizard? We're looking that up. Flying lizard. Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Is it pretty much like the squirrel though, with more of a gliding?
Yeah. Just flaps.
Yeah. So we'll need two, like one graphic that's just the snake, but that could also be the first frame of the animation. So I'll just swap out that for the animation for the animated one. I guess it doesn't matter because yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Well, I know what I'll do. I'll fix those runes. We use Dropbox as a way to share kind of all the art. So when Ray works on art, he throws it in Dropbox, and then I copy it into the game and get it into source control. It works pretty good. Probably maybe the next game we'll get Ray set up in source control so he can just commit directly there. Okay, so what does that look like?
My thing is broken. So I added it to resetables, and then I guess it calls reset at some point when it starts up, and it's saying that it can't find a listener because it hasn't been added yet. So what's going on there? Because
Where are you adding the listener?
I'm adding the listener in start dungeon. So when the dungeon starts, the listener gets added, but I guess resetable calls that gets called, or reset gets called before that. And it doesn't look like the arena manager is doing anything different. Unless it's just getting instantiated early or something.
It's like what Start Arena is called.
Uh-huh.
I didn't call them the same place. That's weird. Whoopsie.
Oh, unless maybe it's because it's, so activate change is called.
Yeah, it does call it before it begins loading stuff. So I'm not sure why the arena manager works and your thing doesn't.
Unless the arena manager says, but then
So, do you want any more people to be rescued? I got rid of the parrot. Being rescued a bird. So we got a little girl, warrior hero, princess. Do you want like a? We already have the teachers that we're also rescuing.
Mm-hmm.
You want like a princess that's actually real instead of a man princess.
Or a punk rock princess. Isn't that what she is?
Huh?
I thought it was just like a punk rock princess.
Well, it was a manly looking princess.
Angry lesbian princess?
Huh?
Angry lesbian princess?
There you go. Angry lesbian princess.
We're so gonna get in trouble.
Um,
We're gonna get like an NC-17 rating for our game. Who else do you rescue? We're also gonna rescue we're gonna use the pets to rescue too, so you can like rescue kittens and dogs.
Yeah, so those are all there. So it sounds like we're probably not gonna have enough.
Little girl, old man.
We got 4 of those, and then we got a bunch of animals, and then we got the teachers.
It's good enough for now. We can always add more.
Nope, it's in the inbox. Can't do it anymore.
I mean, since when has that ever stopped us? Okay. Is that discard square? The one you did, Ray?
Yeah, it's the particle effect.
Yeah. No, I was just making sure it was square. All right. Okay. So I'm fixing, what I'm doing now is we had a little misunderstanding about our discard card, so the particle animation got a little messed up. So I'm fixing it. So let me see what that looks like. Now, where is that? Discard room found. That looks alright. We're going to call that one done too. I like when you can get a bunch of productive things done quickly. It's good. Oh, I already fixed this one too. Alright, so I'm waiting on snakes, I'm waiting on trap. What other rogue abilities are there? Anything else to implement there? Ah, that's a hard one. Card up sleeve. So, right. So the other thing is, so the rogue. One of the upgrades that we had before was poison. So should that just mean that they like do more poison damage, or should it mean that their poison is like different than the regular poison anyone can get? Like if you choose the poison, whatever we call it, ability, should it add like another effect to poison? Like it also reduces strength or something, or attack? Or should it just be more? Like your rogue starts with
Just a stronger.
just a stronger poison that does more damage.
I don't know what else the poison can do.
I mean, it could.
I mean, lower stats.
Yeah, lower stats is really it. Or slow down. Like it could add like a, like the snails move slow, so it could add like a slowing effect.
Seems pretty strong. Maybe rogue poison could have a chance to do something with that.
Or like every turn there's a chance that maybe it fires some random effect.
Yeah. Randomly reduces the stat, randomly immobilize or slows or something.
Or it could last longer. poison. What is the default poison turns? The default poison turns is 2. So that's the other thing it could do, is it could increase the amount of turns poison lasts. Well, again, we have no decisions. Riveting, I know. All right, well, I'll do the really hard one. All right, so one of the things, the rogue has the ability to save cards up his sleeve for use later. So you require 2 things. One is you need the ability to say, I would like to save these cards in my sleeve. And then secondly, I would like to then bring those cards from up my sleeve into my hand. So we'll work on that one. So there's some similar stuff where you can choose cards to discard. So I'm going to just copy that.
Does it need a whole mobile and stuff? Can you just increase the hand size?
But you need to say which cards you're putting up your sleeve, right?
I guess.
That's what the modal's for. Just choose the 1, 2, or 3 cards to put up your sleeve.
Essentially, isn't that same as just saying your hand size is increased, and you just always have 6 cards now instead of 5?
No, because you use the ability, and then when you activate it, you take the card from your hand and set it aside.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, you can add that card back to your hand anytime you want. So it's not the same as having 6 all the time. It's having 6 one time.
Oh, I see. You can only use it
Right.
a few times.
Yeah, I mean, and so it's because of the ability, it refreshes once per level.
You got it.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we have to figure out, like, can I just keep stashing cards over there? Like, what happens when the ability refreshes? Can I only use it if that's probably the way it should be. Like, I can't use it if I already have cards in my sleeve.
Right. So if you already have a card in your sleeve and you use it, then you're pulling a card out. No cards in sleeve, use the ability, you must be storing a card. Card in sleeve, use the ability, you must be using that card. Unless you want to be able to stash more cards.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it seems like we're punted, like their ability is only usable once every other turn, really. If they have to use the ability again to pull the card out of their sleeve. So it seems like once you've got a card in your sleeve, you should be able to pull it out anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
But once you've got one there, you can't put another one there until you use that one. So it just encourages you to use that card before you can activate the ability again, I guess. Discard card.
So the Arena Manager works because it's listening to World Turn Start, and Dungeon Manager adds a World Turn Start when it wakes up. So it doesn't find the delegate for it, but that key is in the table. So Dungeon Manager is always never removes the turn start.
Right. Rescue Dungeon Manager. So you could also you could add a.
Check.
I was going to say you could add a listener for like game over. So instead of doing it in resettable, you could remove it when the game's over.
Ah. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about this, like really. What I would like is to not copy this over, so I may refactor this guy to work differently. Discard. Let me see how this guy is used. Yeah, because this basically does the exact same thing I want to do, except for what happens here. And here. So I would need to pass in how many cards can be selected. So this is all correct. So what I'm doing is I'm creating an abstract base class for those two card panels since they have almost the exact same behavior. So this is fine. Both of them need to do this. And then really they just need to do different stuff when OK is tapped.
I'm kind of surprised that doesn't hurt the town.
Yeah. From what? Give me a sec.
So now this guy will extend card selection panel. Doesn't need those guys. Doesn't need. And the knit method, sorry, I should talk more louder because I'm just mumbling to myself. Okay, so he has a do a knit method. He won't have a update cards method anymore. He won't have a cards tapped anymore. He will have an OK tapped.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go back and make those both abstract, because right now the base class isn't actually abstract. Alright, so discard card panel now only does exactly what he needs to do. Card selection panel has all the behavior about selecting cards. Right, so the one thing we need to do is have the number of cards that can be selected. Oopsie. I didn't like that. Hey there, Jetidex, how you doing? Welcome. Reset card positions needs to be made. Protected. Alright, now that all compiles. Let's make sure it actually works. Disable this guy because he's not ready for prime time yet. I think maybe in a few minutes we'll switch over and Ray can work on some art since he's got his technical problems all worked out. Give me a little bit of a break, and then maybe we'll switch back in an hour or so. I need to fix that. That was a little messed up. I changed the background of these screens, and it's clearly not quite right. So let me make a note of that.
You got 13 viewers, man.
I know, it's pretty awesome.
Quit while you're ahead.
They're not here to see me. They're here to see our awesome team making awesome games.
Okay.
But if they all go away after you start, then we'll totally switch back. No, I'm just kidding.
Sounds like a plan. But all I'm doing is making a trap.
All right. So now my card up sleeve panel will be much better. Okay, so for now I'm going to have it do nothing. Really, I just want to do sort of a round-trip test and make sure that activating that ability for the rogue will actually show this panel. So that's really all I care about right now. Card up sleeve. Okay, so I've got that. The panel does nothing, so I should be able to go over here. This is the panel I copied earlier. And instead of a discard card panel, he is now going to be a card up sleeve panel. Everything else about him should be totally cool. He basically has all of the same functionality as the discard panel, except he's a different dude. So, let's see if that works. Whoops, clearly did not work. Should have compiled first. Whoa, what doesn't it like over there? Huh. Okay. Never mind, I guess I just hadn't let it finish compiling in Unity. Nope. I actually need to play a rogue that has that ability. I've died a lot, as you can see.
Oh, you already.
I did.
Okay. I thought it just came.
Stealth, disguise. Oh, I have that ability unlocked. Whoops. Alright, so apparently I did something wrong. So let's see what's going on here. Card up sleeve ability. Rogue card up sleeve. I thought I saw. Card up sleeve. Right. Because there's a typo. Right there. I'll probably go back and change the name of it. It probably should be called card up sleeve ability instead of just card up sleeve. I'm going to get this a little bit working, and then we'll switch over, and you can watch Ray do some art. Whoops. I have to start a new game. Basically, when it generates a hero, it saves everything about them, so the fact that that hero was generated without that ability means he'll never have that ability in that dungeon. So that's why he didn't have anything. Did you just crash on me? Awesome. Yep. Outstanding. All right, this time it's going to work for sure. Of course, I have to start a new game. All right, I have no idea what I'm doing. Clearly. A lot of dying going on. It says not purchased. See, I'm just an idiot. That's the problem. I thought I had the ability. Clearly, I did not. Hey, look at that. Okay. And then it did nothing. Yep. Okay, so that works. Are you ready, Ray?
Sure.
All right, so